Welcome everyone to the Global Coherence Pulse experience. We're in our evening show from today. We had a morning session and now we're at the evening session with Jess Magic and Tru Osborne and our musical Heartist Jenna and Kita, and we're in for a treat tonight. And I'm just going to presence this month-long experience for a moment. You know, we started this on August 1st with a Global Coherence Day. And it was actually a 1 year from a live retreat that we did that Jess Magic was at. Tru, you were almost there. And we were planning to do a retreat again. It was actually going to be end of July, beginning of August. And many of the people who have participated throughout the experience were scheduled to be at 1440 Multiversity in the Redwoods, right near where I live. And we were all coming together to have an in-person immersion exploring coherence. And then COVID came. And so we thought, well, maybe we can still do it. And then it became very apparent that we needed to do something virtual. And this experience came from that. It was originally going to be 3 days, and it turned into a month-long experience because it became very clear that in the face of what we're facing, together, right, as a huge interconnected global family, that having a regular and consistent pulsing and practice of cultivating greater heart coherence was exactly the right thing to be doing right now. At least it was my passion to do, and it has become very clear that people all around the world are understanding the power of our collective heart to making real difference on the planet. So we are now 4 sessions in an intensive experience. And today we went really deep, right? And usually if you're in an intensive, usually the first couple days you're getting to know everyone. And then all of a sudden there's a day where it just becomes clear that it's time to dive deep. And we did that this morning. And because I wanted to go deep today, and because it was really poignant to go deep today, we really opened up the space where we could tune into the massive challenges that we're facing and have a conversation about how do we actually cultivate coherence from this place, from the challenges, not just from our celebrations and our joy. And it was really important. So I hope that you'll watch it. And we covered some topics: listening and resistance and purpose and choice. So definitely check that out. It was super powerful. And I just want to start our session right now. And I just want us to all put our hands on our hearts, really putting our heart-centered focus now in this moment. The start of every practice we do. And engage in heart-centered breathing, right? We're slowing our breathing down just a little bit, signaling to our body that we're safe, right? All of the energy begins to move into a different place inside of ourselves. And heart-centered feeling. And in this moment, I'd really like to invite us to send some energy of love and care out onto the planet right now. And I want to especially ask for some love and care and compassion for the people in California, right where I live right now. I actually got evicted just yesterday, and 64,000 people along with me, for fires that are barely contained. It almost looks like Armageddon outside with all of the smoke and all of the displacement. And HeartMath Institute, they've had to evacuate. And so and Claudia is having issues with the smoke. So I just want to ask our community right now, in this place of heart-centered focus and breathing, to evoke some feelings of love and care and to send it out across this planet to anyone right now that is being displaced, that is suffering in any way. And include yourself in that. Whatever is going on for you, just meet it right here in this moment with your love and your care. Especially yourself. And I really want to ask for one more wave to go out to the firefighters and to all of the people who are around the world who are fighting right now for our freedom and our safety. Freedom and our safety. And they're fighting with their hearts and with their passions and with their love and with their care. We just keep pulsing throughout this evening our care and compassion for the state that we are in right now, the precariousness of it, the massive, massive changes that are present, and also for the potential that exists in this very fragile and amazing moment that we're in. And just know, we know from our weeks now of cultivating heart coherence is that the most important gift that we can give ourselves and the planet is our heart-centered coherence. And we're in heart-centered coherence, we're in harmony with the whole of life. That's the gift. And I can't think of a crew better equipped to meet us exactly where we are right now in our lives, in the world, in everything that we're moving through, and inspire us to actually let the Heartist, and we'll learn about what that means here tonight, to rise up in the face of whatever comes and let it be the energy that we're feeding the field with every thought, word, and deed. And they're going to inspire that with us today. And I'm going to just give you my face for a moment. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing up. And thank you so much for this community being so real with exactly where we are so that we can bring this love right to the coalface of this moment, fully open and ready to go. And, you know, Jess, you were going to be at 1440, and Tru, you were going to be at 1440, and we're all going to have this great party. We're going to be able to hug and all of it. And so tonight, you're going to feel in this tonight's session, you're going to feel like you're here with us, right, all together. We're going to bring you into this room, and we're going to cultivate a feeling as close as we can get to actually being in the space together. And you know, 1440 is actually evacuated. We might lose that beautiful place, right? All of those trees and yeah. So let's use tonight to send love and blessings to protect that which is to be protected, to let go of that which needs to be cleared out so something else can come, right? Let's let it all happen, whatever's true. And in order to let you know about what a Heartist is, I'm going to play a short little video, but I just want to say you've been noticing that I've been writing guest Heartists, right, on every meme that I'm putting out there, right? I fully embraced the rise of the Heartist because it's true that there are people all around the planet who are coming from a place of their pure heartedness, and they're letting their light shine, and they're letting that be their gift. And I especially have been calling forth the musicians who they enrapture us with their music and they move us into an experience of coherence, but we very rarely get to hear their message. We barely get to hear them as the thought leaders that they are. And so throughout this intensive, I have been placing those musicians as thought leaders and inviting them to not only sing for us and not only carry us with their music, but to actually speak their truth and inspire us to something more. And you're going to get that in like a trillion fold tonight. You're going to have that modeled for you in a way that you'll never forget. And I hope it inspires you to just go one step deeper into letting your hardest out. So I am going to share one more thing, and then I'm going to turn it over to these beautiful beings. Here we go. If you wonder what a Heartist is, and
what exactly is a Heartist? A Heartist is somebody who lives and creates from love. It's an archetype, the fusion of the artist, the lover, and the creator. But unlike artist, where we traditionally think of them as having a certain level of skill or talent or technique or proficiency, with the Heartist, it's much more about where you're coming from. What source are you tapping into, and who are you being as you do the thing that you're doing? It's less about a vocation and more about a vibration. So you could be creating lunch for your children, or writing source code, or launching a business. And if it's having you come alive and feel the joy and the love of life and yourself as you're doing it, then it could be your Heartistry. So my question for you is, what is the thing that as you're doing it, you feel like the fullest, deepest, truest, most alive version of yourself? And perhaps that is your Heartistry.
And I really want you to take that in. And Miss Jess Magic and Mr. Tru, I am just so honored to have you both here to take us on a journey tonight that I need. I'm going to just soak it in, and I know we all need. So I'm going to turn it over to both of you. Yeah.
I feel this field that you have been tending to so fully. I feel the people that are saying yes to this island of coherence. I feel you guys and Gaia's. And welcome to this journey. The intention here is to give you a show, don't tell experience of Heartistry, and then also invite you and guide you to commune with the Heartist as an archetype, to see where that lives inside of you, and as a guide. So without further ado, I'd love to just open up the space actually with a song, a little invocation. The words are: open your mind, open your heart, open your soul. Let spirit take over. And we're going to sing this over and over. Many of you might do some other form of chanting. We're just going to sing this kind of gospel style to allow you to start singing with us and see what this does for you. We may change the words around and guide it a little bit, but I really invite the full participation of this, and to start with listening. Then notice if there is any resistance inside of you to bringing your voice into the mix. And then feel what the purpose of this invocation is, with the words and with the tones and with the harmonies, and then see from that place if you feel to make a choice to bring your voice into it and to create a field of harmony for the rest of our journey together. Open your Open your mind. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let spirit take over. Open your mind. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let spirit take over. Open your mouth. Open your mind. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let spirit take over. Open your mind. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let love take over. Let love take over. Open your mind. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let love take over. So I'm going to take a break from the singing for a moment and invite you to see if you can feel that invocation a little bit deeper. Because when we sing, we actually make a prayer. We cast a spell. We cast a spell for ourselves. We cast a spell for our experience. And with our own voice, we can wrap ourselves in that light spell and actually live into and embody the words. So when we sing this again, I really invite you from wherever you are to just relax into this chant. Sing with us and take yourself there. Open your mind. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let spirit take over. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let spirit take over. Open your voice. Open your voice. Open your heart. Open your soul. Let spirit take over. Let love take over. Let your heart take over. Spirit, let spirit take over. Let your soul take over. Let love take over. Let life take over. Spirit, let spirit take over. Let love take over. Let love take over. Let love take over. Let love take over. Taking a deep breath in, allowing yourself to deepen into that invitation. I'm gonna hand it over to my brother Tru to offer a blessing, offer a prayer over this amazing community that's come together so that we can even more deeply feel safe and rooted in our bodies, in this moment, in this life, in this family, in this community together. It is such an honor and a privilege to get to sing and harmonize with these Heartists, Kita and Jenna, and to get to weave in a co-creative dance of music and magic with my brother Tru Osborne.
Hello, everyone. Just want to invite you into safety. Just want to slow down for a bit. Things are moving so quickly around us. So as you listen, I just invite you to breathe in. Let's inhale. And we're going to do something called khedva breathing. Khedva breathing. We're going to breathe in the spirit. We're going to inhale for 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to hold for 4 counts. 3, 4. Then we're going to exhale for 4 counts. And then we're going to wait before taking our next breath for 4 counts. Let's do it. Hold. Exhale. And wait. Inhale again. Hold it. Exhale again. And wait now. Inhale again. Hold it. Exhale again. And wait. Everything is slowing down around you and inside. Oh, you're entering the safe place. You're entering the safety of love, yeah. Safety of the spirit. Oh, the safety of the spirit, yeah. Oh, the safety of the spirit. And those of you who are listening, I literally just want you to enter into a place of surrender. There's no script to heartistry. We flow where the spirit flows. Yeah, yeah. Oh, receive the blessing. Receive the blessing. Nothing's gonna harm you here. I know it may not look like it, but nothing's gonna harm you here. No, 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 no. Nothing's gonna harm you here. Come on, just sing that over yourself. Say, nothing's gonna harm me here. Yeah. Nothing's gonna harm me here. No, 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 no. Nothing's gonna harm me here. Come on, just trust that, yeah. Nothing's gonna harm me here. I'm in the safety, yeah. Nothing's gonna harm me here. Spirit is holding me. The Spirit is holding me. Come on, sing this over yourself, wherever you are. Even in the flame, the Spirit is holding me. Come on, sing it in your own way. Lift your own voice. This is what Coherence is about. The Spirit is holding me. Yeah. The Spirit is holding me. Your love is holding me. And I won't be afraid of the arrow by day, nor the terror by night. I'm in the safest place, and I won't be afraid of the arrows by day, or the terror by night. I'm in the safest. I'm in the safest place. I'm in the safest place. I'm in the safest place. I'm in the safe day. I'm in the safe day. Oh, and I know what it feels like to be unsafe. My trauma reminds me every day. But right now, with all of you, I'm in the safe day. I'm in the safe day. I'm honored to be in the safety with all of you. I feel this coming up. I'm going to share now. Many of us we're waiting for someone or something to come and make us feel safe, to hold us in a container, to produce safety for us. But I want to tell you tonight, even before we really get in the swing of things, that safety is coming out of you. It's pouring out of you. It's seeping out of your pores. It's literally coming up from you at the cellular level. Safety. It's oozing out of your spirit. So for those of you who have never felt safety before, I double dog dare you. I dare you to manifest safety right now. Right now. And literally, sometimes it's as simple as saying, I am safe. Not that I feel safe, because circumstance is always going to show up to make safety a difficult thing to access, but to know that you are safety. Safety is your being. I am safety. Just taking that one step. Say it. I am safety. Yeah, and this time say it like you mean it and believe it. I am safety.
I am safe.
Yeah, I know things look really tough right now. I know it looks difficult. I know you feel misplaced. I know you may even be confused, but you are safety. There's no safer place you could be than with you, than present to you right now, and to the divinity that you are, to the power that lives inside of you, the spirit that is resonating inside of you, the spirit of love, the spirit of joy, the spirit of peace. You have access to that right now because you are safety. You are a safe space. So as we open up our hearts and as we open up our souls and open up our minds, I really implore us to hold that closely, that no matter what's going on around us, that we are the field of safety that we're looking for. Out of that place, miracles can flow. Miracles, signs, and wonders, because you are the miracle, you are the sign, and you are the wonder. We're just learning how to see that and how to remember that. That's coherence at its best, that we can all do that from all over the world. We can all be safe all over the world. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We're so honored to share our hearts with you, to share our message with you. And we love you too. We want you to know that we're seeing the chat right now. Thank you all. We love you so deeply. I'm going to hand it back to Jess to continue our pulse. We're sending so much love to you all right now. Bless you.
Thank you, Tru. Hey, Jess, before you come back, I want to invite people, remember, raise your hand now because I'm going to start bringing you into this space. So if you're willing to have your mic on and you're really willing to engage, raise your hand and I'm going to start bringing you in. And the other thing besides your camera on is your mic is muted, right? Those two things, and I'll bring you on.
Ugh, so good. When Tru and I were tuning in to this session, it felt like in a container where we're inviting people into their artistry, into their expression, into their truth, that the safety piece needs to come first. And we've been working on this program called Root to Rise, and the root chakra, the root of our being is safety. It's our connection to this earth. And as we were really feeling into what's necessary for all of us to be able to be in our artistry in our fullest, truest expression, that taproot needs to be intact. And as Tru is saying so eloquently, we can't wait for the outside circumstances to tell us or prove to us that we are safe. It gets to be a source point of where we come from and then what we get to provide for others in our mere presence. I remember years ago, I had this message that came to me that said, your purpose is to be a safe space. That's your purpose, is to walk around this planet as a safe space. And what would happen if we do that for ourselves first? And then we get to exude that and be that so that every person that steps into our presence feels like they can be who they are. They feel that. They get to connect with that. That is, that may sound like it's the low chakras, but that to me is an enlightened way of being, to walk around as that, embodying that. And so I want to just take another breath into that. And really, when we breathe, feel the root where you are connected. You are in your animal, plant, human self connected to this earth. And then take another breath, feeling the source of safety that lives inside of your heart, in the center of the center of the center. The ancient ones and the mystics say that within the center of the center of the center of your heart is where God lives inside of you, where the seat of the soul is. So it feels that there are these two source points that are right here that connect us to that root, to that safety. And one is the root that connects us to this earth, to this planet that is our home. So again, I want to just have us all take another breath there, rooting into this home, rooting into this body. And then one more breath, rooting into the source that lives at the center of the center of the center of your heart. One breath there. That putting the hand on the heart is a genuinely powerful technology. I find myself sometimes when I'm walking in a neighborhood where things feel a little sketchy, I put my hand on my heart and I walk around and I remind myself that I'm safe inside of here. And then the second thing I do when I feel like I need to create safety for myself is I actually tone, I sing. And wrapping myself in the actual vibration of my own voice changes things. It also lessens anxiety. If I'm running late to the airport, I just start to sing and it changes my state. It brings back into that coherence. And as Tru was opening us up into that beautiful blessing, it was like a memory that I had for all of us, for myself, for all of us, of those times as babies, as children, when someone, maybe our mother, maybe our father, maybe someone else that loves us, sings over us and wraps us in a field. The sound is the very first sense that comes online when a fetus is forming. It's the first thing. So there's this very innate, inherent relaxing and calming and settling down when we hear the tone, when we hear the voice, when we hear the vibration of the voice. So those things I want to offer as tools, especially during this time where there are so much external evidence, whether it's because of the color of our skin that we're not safe, or whether it's because of the amount of resources we do or don't have that we're not safe, or it's because there's literally fires in our backyard that we're not safe, or it's because the people that were put in place to protect us in positions of leadership don't make us feel safe. It's like there's so many external signals that say that we're not safe. So what Tru is saying about saying that I am safety, resourcing, reorienting with the source point of that is so essential in order for us to actually live into our purpose, to actually be who we came here to be, to actually be vulnerable. And part of the journey of Heartistry is vulnerability. It's intimacy, it's revealing, it's allowing ourselves to be seen. And I would love any pings on here, any pings on the chat, even if it's just a heart, if you have ever felt, or you do sometimes feel that it is too scary or that it's too vulnerable to be actually seen. Because we desire so deeply for this to be a space that each one of us can take a step forward out of the fear and into the realization that those revealing those layers is the access point to our glory, to our truth, to our sincerity, and to the place where we emanate with magnetism. So I want to share really briefly about my own personal moment where the word Heartist came in, and then I want to engage with Tru in a conversation, a bit of a conversation. Then we've got a little bit more music for you, and we've got a little bit more of a journey for you to feel your heart, your Heartistry, that access point. But for me, I had a deep love, the first man that I ever really, really, really loved, and we were engaged. And something inside of me felt like it wasn't true for me to do the root of marriage and children. It wasn't authentic, it wasn't true. And I blew up that engagement. I blew it up, and it was not graceful or pretty. And in the disassembling of that, I have heard this voice that said, you have the opportunity to keep being busy and keep doing what you've been doing and filling your life and moving forward at the path that you've been moving at, or you have this opportunity to take this opportunity to feel everything that you've never felt before, to go into the depth of your sadness, the depth of your rage, and turn over every stone that lives inside of you, every shadow, until you actually know who you are. And from that place, you will be a better lover, a better leader, a better woman, a better human, a better friend. And so I did. I took this journey and I went into the deepest grief that I didn't even know that I had. And at the bottom of that grief, I found joy. And it gave me strength and it gave me courage to know that anytime after that, that I was feeling things that I didn't want to feel, feeling pain I didn't want to feel, feeling fear I didn't want to feel, that I could go into it and through it. And if I went all the way, I would inevitably find joy, love, my essence. And it was from that place that I discovered that I needed to have a creative channel. I needed to have a place where I could express these feelings. And I didn't think that I had a particularly good voice. I didn't think I was a particularly talented artist. I didn't feel like I could call myself an artist because I didn't have the technique or the skill, in my opinion. And so I said, I'm not an artist, but I am a heartist. I'm a heartist. I know how to create from love. I know how to create from sincerity and vulnerability. And when I do that, there's this field of healing and connection that starts to happen from me because I'm actually calibrating with congruence, and my internal world is being expressed into the external world. And from that place, I found alignment. And from that place, I found magnetism. And from that place, I started to understand attraction. It was at that point that I started recognizing other heartists, other people that were creating and expressing from that place. And it was like almost as though they had a beacon or a beam of light coming from their hearts, and I could feel it from them. I'm like, there was a place of resonance, like, and I know you. I know who you are. I know that place that you're creating from. I know it. And so there's been this path of starting to aggregate these heartists. And this is the first time I've ever publicly shared about that particular journey of where heartistry came from for me. And I can feel that we're in a moment right now. And that's why this is called Rise of the Heartist, because there is a new type. There's a new type of being. There's a new type of orientation point that helps us know what it actually is to live and lead and create from love, from the tenderness that lives inside of that source point. And so our prayer today is to create enough of a field of safety that you can feel that source to the earth, to the planet, to Gaia, that you can feel that source to the center of your heart, where spirit lives, where your soul speaks to you, so that we can all start to pulse into what heartistry is for us, what that is for us, whatever it looks like on the outside. And so I wanted to check in with my brother Tru. And I wanted to see, because this man like there's so many forms of his heartistry, but one of his forms of heartistry is this ministry that you've already started to getting to taste. It's like he lets down his layers so much that he is able to feel the requests from your soul. He's able to actually feel like it, I call it like the shamanic jukebox, like what song, what prayer is needed for you that you actually, that your soul wants to listen to. It's not about like, what's my favorite song? It's like, no, what does my soul need right now? And this man knows how to listen to that and then give that, and he knows how to get out of the way. So, Tru, I wanted to actually ask you, how do you do it? How do you get out of the way? What's been your journey of how you so profoundly allow yourself to be used, allow yourself to listen, allow yourself to overcome resistance? I would love to hear from you what that has looked like for you, because I feel like that's a deep offering for this session in our community here.
Yeah, that's such a powerful question. And it's something that I believe we're all asking ourselves at this time. It's like how do we do what we're doing? And it all relates back to this idea of being. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me well. It all relates back to being, to this I call it be do have. And a lot of us are living in a do have be conversation. If I do creativity, then I'll have artwork or creative results, and then that makes me an artist. But I don't believe that. I believe that the healthiest way for us to really maximize the field of coherence that we're being invited into by the divine is to show up with this be do have mentality. If I be creativity, if I be creative, if I be artistry, then I'll do what artists do, and that's to create fields of safety for the world, fields of sensitivity, fields of vulnerability, right? If I be that vulnerability first, then I'll do that vulnerability, and then I'll have the results of vulnerability, which is deeper intimacy, deeper revelation, deeper sensitivity to the spirit realm. And that's really what my artistry is all about. Is it's about listening. A lot of the things you all spoke about in your earlier session, about purpose, about manifestation. It's about creating the world that we want to live in. I started singing in church at 2 or 3 years old. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew I heard a sound that made me feel good. And that's really where artistry begins for all of us, is this is doing something to me that is bigger than me. I don't fully understand it. It's not really all that clear, but I know that something is happening. I can feel it. My senses are being activated on a higher level. And to me, the only way I could create a logical experience around what I was feeling at 2 and 3 years old, and I'm even remembering that, and beyond, even now today, is to know that there is a power, there is a force, I call it love, that is operating around us, through us, for us, to pull us closer to itself. It is being, and it is doing. And what we're having is now a relationship with love in that way, with source, with spirit. We all call it a bunch of different things, but it's the same power. It's the same power. So when I'm invited to a platform to share the medicine, which is what I call it, the healing tones, the frequency, the sound, it's not really me sharing. It's love operating through me that is sharing. I become the vessel. I become the conduit. And I don't really ask for much. I'm ultimately surrendering to what wants to be. And frankly, you all are manifesting what's happening more than even Jess and I are. You're asking for the message. And maybe you're not doing it verbally, and even some people have like put in the chat, oh, sing that song that we like. It's You know, and those things, they make us feel so great because it tells us that you're appreciating the moment, but really there's even something deeper beyond that. There's a code, there's a message that yes, Betsy Finkel, who just said we are in co-creation. And that's exactly what's happening. But beyond being in co-creation with one another, we're in co-creation with the spirit. We're listening, we're providing content, we're having a conversation. And as we speak, the spirit is listening and it's speaking back. So the clear question is, how do I do it? I listen. I slow down my thoughts. I realize that the things, the situations, the circumstances that I've been through don't need to be thrown away. They need to be integrated. They get to be placed at the foot of the altar, provided as an incense offering, a smoke offering, a sound offering, a heart offering to the spirit. And the only thing I ask is that when the spirit receives that offering, that it provides a message in return. And that's what I share with the world. And it's why we're here, right? We all have the opportunity to do it. I know that my call is to activate that sensitivity in every single person I come into contact with by showing love, by being love, by doing what love does. And so far, I've seen the results of that love. I'm looking at it right now in all of you. It's really not that, it's not that complicated, Jess. Can I offer
No.
that? It's not that complicated. You know, I'm not looking to minimize it either, because there is a discipline that comes along with being sensitive to the spirit. There's a discipline that comes along with it. But let me tell you what some of those disciplines are. It's the discipline of celebration, about being able to appreciate and honor and really celebrate. I mean, I want to use the word again, to celebrate, because we don't do it enough. To celebrate that you are still here, that you are present, and that even though fires are bursting all around you, that you have something to offer the world, that you are a safe space, that you have a gift to bring. And yeah, maybe you don't understand the gift fully, and maybe you don't feel like you're in mastery of that gift, but the gift is there. The gift is there, and we deserve to celebrate that as divine beings walking the earth. Another one of those disciplines is the discipline of solitude, to know that it's okay to just be with yourself and with the spirit in community, just the two of you. And there are so many others, but the last gift that I'll share is the gift of worship. And that word in and of itself, it means to die to oneself so that the spirit can live through you. So when I worship, I'm literally killing off the parts of myself that say I need to be more than who I am right now in order to show up, in order to devote myself to this great spirit that is inviting me into relationship. No, I don't care where I am and what I'm experiencing, what's going on in my life. That is enough. That honesty, that authenticity is enough to be in partnership with the spirit. And the spirit is just waiting, just patiently waiting, loving unconditionally, showing itself unconditionally. And it's us. Sometimes we're the ones that's running away from what the spirit wants to do, running away from what the spirit wants to say. No, but the spirit is like, come sit with me, come talk to me. So celebration, solitude, and worship, those are the things that allow me to really lean in to my why, to my heartistry.
So powerful, true. It's like there's this, I can feel this loop that's happening right here.
Yeah.
Because what you were sharing actually goes into even the second piece that Teresa and Kimberly and Naima and that whole crew went into today. After the listening, and they brought up resistance. And what I heard and what you're saying is something that's one of my core principles as well. Is the how can the love be bigger than our ego? And that's like what you're saying, right? It's like, how can the devotion be
Yes.
stronger than our fear? How can the love be bigger than our ego? Because it's just the ego that says, like, oh, well, my voice isn't good enough, or people won't receive me, or I won't get enough likes, or this isn't the right environment,
Mm-hmm.
or I might offend somebody, or it's like,
That's
blah,
right.
blah, 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 you know,
Yeah.
that's just going and going. And yet, when it's that connection to spirit, when it's that connection to the truth that lives so fully in your heart, in your soul, in your body,
Yes.
in your innermost wisdom, when it's that that wants to be expressed, it actually requires our love to be bigger than our fear, our love to be bigger than our ego, our devotion to be
Yes.
so strong. It's almost like the devotion is the river, the love is the river, and like the ego is that dam. So the judgment is the dam, the resistance is the dam. So can we allow that flow to be so strong that it doesn't
Right.
mean that we have to walk through life never having a
That's right.
block or never having resistance, right? It's like, it's okay, but can we actually feel the love so fully
Mm-hmm.
that we overcome it, it breaks through it, and then that voice, that truth, that heartistry, that
Yes.
spirit, that wisdom comes through, and it is unstoppable.
Well,
But
you
we
know,
have to,
Jess,
yeah.
we need resistance in devotion. You need it. It's a necessity. You cannot really lean into devotion without resistance, right? And think about it in the natural, right? Because I believe that the parent world is the spirit world. Every single thing we're looking at, experiencing, all of it is happening in the spirit first, and then we're pulling it into the natural realm so that we can connect with it, right? So in the natural, when you use a resistance band, you're allowing this band to create tension so that it can strengthen the body, so that it can strengthen a muscle group, right? That same thing is happening in the spirit. There are forces, there are things, there are ideas, there are perspectives that are consistently coming forward to challenge, to sharpen our resolve, our integrity, our devotion to love and to what love produces. See, because love is the personage, right, of light. So, and then what love does is love creates more room for love. It's multiplicitous in that way. And then what we have, right, because we're still connected to this be do have mentality, what we end up having in the multiplicity of love is deeper and greater love. That is the source of coherence. And without tension, we as swords, right, cutting through the hatred, cutting through the darkness, right, we will never be, we'll be blunt. We'll never be sharpened without resistance. So I've learned to integrate the resistance. I've learned to celebrate, right, to be actually to be in devotion to the resistance, because from out of the resistance also comes the codes for healing. It comes the codes for manifestation and the codes for deeper relationship.
Our brother Kita shared the 59th gene key with us yesterday at lunch, and the shadow is, I'm just forgetting. The shadow is dishonesty,
Huh.
and then the gift is intimacy, and then the city, the highest vibrational expression of that is is transparency.
Yeah.
And it's so what you're talking about, like there's this, the dishonesty, the way that I receive that is like a dishonesty of inside of ourselves, like
Mm-hmm.
this dishonesty of separation, this dishonesty of how things are, not getting
Mm-hmm.
fully real with ourselves. And in this gene key, Richard Rudd talks about how each of us is given an envelope, and in the envelope is our ancestral trauma and our personal trauma, and it's like we can run from that envelope or not want to open it or try to give it away, but actually there's so much gifts in that. So inside of that, inside of what you're sharing also, and inside of Heartistry, I really deeply believe that our personal story, all the traumas we've been through that have built, that have created resistance, that have allowed us to have the fortitude and strength and devotion to break through, are such a huge part. They're such a huge part of our story. They're such a huge part of actually when we share that from that real place, from that transparent, honest place, we create intimacy, we create connection, we defy those forces outside that are wanting us to believe that we are separate. We
Yeah.
defy it. It's a sacred defiance when we start to go into those places to reveal and we allow ourselves to be intimate. And I think it's like, even for people like Tru and I, or all these other guest artists that have been part of the Pulse, or even some of the larger celebrities that you might see on stage, it's like we make a story of them that they're like just 100% confident, they have it all figured out, and I'm different from them. That's another lie. That's another form of separation. Like, there's over and over and over and over, I feel like I'm leaping out onto the edge to bring myself forward, and I have to feel safe in myself. I can't rely on the outside for that. And yet, if I was to hold myself back, if I was to judge it so much that I didn't share, that would be a deep dishonesty that would prevent the intimacy, that wouldn't allow
Yes.
for the transparency, that actually we are all connected. We are all part of that source, from that
Yes.
source.
There's a passage of scripture actually that rests with me all the time, and it says, "We are the handiwork of God, created to do good works." And it sits with me for this very reason, is because for most of my life, I've created afraid of being the handiwork. And that's powerful because everyone receives the medicine. Everyone's getting healed, but as Heartists, it's very easy to be sensitive and to be used by the Spirit, utilized by the Spirit to create fields of safety for others and to feel unsafe yourself. And it really, honestly, COVID really helped to deliver me from that mindset. And the thought that came to me was, if if God, who I fully believe in the sovereignty of God, if God, the greatest creator, could make someone like you, me, or you, all of us, who am I to say I am not the handiwork? I'm not a masterpiece. As the creation, what does that say to my creator? This is what was revealed to me. I was living life saying to the creator, I know that you say I'm a beautiful creation, but I don't feel beautiful. So I'm not a beautiful creation, which now makes you, the greatest creator, a liar. It now makes it, and to me, it was like I was stuck in a loop of ungratefulness for my edges, for my, for my, even my inconsistencies, for my shadow, for my light, for all of the things that make me who I am. I was literally saying to Spirit, it's not enough. What you did was not enough. No wonder I was feeling blocked. No wonder I couldn't see myself. No wonder, real authentic identity was far. I never said thank you. And now that the world is slowing down and we're really thinking about what it means to be a Heartist, there's no way possible we can create from the heart and not be grateful for the one that created that heart, and for the one that's looking to reside in that heart, for the love that's looking to create in that heart. Gratitude, it must come first. It must.
I'm getting this message that's, may we live our lives as
Yeah.
a celebratory thank you. May we live our
Yes.
lives as
Yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you for who we are. Thank you for the opportunities that we have. Thank you for the people we're coming into contact with. Thank you for the challenges. Thank you for the upsets. Thank you for the hills. Thank you for the valleys. The more we say thank you, the deeper in relationship we get with the divine.
I feel like I want to invite us all into that. Like, I know not everybody's off mute, but whether you're on Facebook, on Unify, or whether you're in the chat, or whether you're in the larger Zoom, I want us to just take a couple breaths here and just play with thank you. Thank you. Saying it out loud and saying it in whatever language feels true, like your deepest thank you, whatever language, thank you.
And if your hands are free, I offer you to try these two positions. The first position is to hold your hands as an offering, almost like you're holding an offering in your hand. And as you say thank you, I want you to intentionally place on this altar of your hands all the things that you're grateful for, especially the things that you have not been saying thank you for. The things you've been pushing away, I invite you to offer them to the Spirit, to the divine, and say thank you for them. The other position is that hand on your heart and another hand up in witness. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Suksuma.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Grachida.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Grazie.
I just want to thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for my trial and tribulation.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing me all my limitations, so I could choose my liberation.
So I can choose my liberation. Yeah. We just say thank you. Thank you for the truth you bring to us.
Thank you.
We want to say thank you. Thank you for the joy you've given us. Whoa. Thank you. Whoa. Thank you for the love you've shown to us. Oh, we want to say thank you for the joy you've given us. Thank you for the joy, yeah, you've given us. Yeah, say that. Thank you for the joy you've given us. Yeah. Thank you for the joy you've given us. Yeah, keep it going. Thank you for the love, say, you've given us. Come on, thank you for the love. Sing it out. Thank you for the love. Don't be afraid. You've given us. Yeah. Thank you for the love. Come on, you've shown to us. Yeah. Thank you for it.
You've given us.
Thank you for the joy you've given us.
Thank you for the love
Yeah.
you've given us.
Thank you for it.
Thank you for the love you've given us.
Sweet love.
Thank you for the joy you've given us.
Thank you for the joy.
Thank you for the love
you've
given us.
Yeah.
Thank you for the heart
Yeah.
you've given us.
And right where you are, you can lift this song up.
Thank you for the soul
You've given us.
Thank you for the love
Yeah.
you've given us. Thank you for the joy
Thank
you've
you.
given us. For the spirit.
Thank you for the spirit you've given
And for the health. Thank you for the health you've given us.
You've kept me all the time. Thank you for the hair. Yeah. For the body of love.
Thank you for the friends you've given us.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you for the heart.
Oh yeah.
Given us. For the blessings. Thank you for the blessings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Given us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you for the love you've given us. Thank you for the love you've given.
We just wanna say thank you. Thank you for the love you've given us. Thank you for the gifts that you've given us. And we want to give it back to you. We want to give it back to you. We want to give it back to you, all the gifts you've given us. 'Cause they are beautiful, and they make us who we really are. So we want to give it back to you as an offering of our hearts. You know, Heartistry is really about service, and that's what keeps coming through. Over and over and over again. If you're willing right now, I don't know who I'm speaking to specifically, but I can feel this so strongly. If you're willing to step out of your own way, to say, I've served myself enough. I've served my own ideas enough. I've served my own desires enough. I've served my own ask enough. And now I'm ready to serve something larger. I'm ready to serve the planet. I'm ready to serve those within it. I honestly believe that all of the little tools, all the pieces of the puzzle you feel are missing are going to come into full alignment. And actually, I prophesy that over you right now. I speak that into fruition right now, that you're about to step into a new season of service. You're about to step into a new season of awakening where you're no longer going to be looking to only serve your own ideas. And you may be saying, all I do is serve. All I do is give. Well, let me tell you, there's another level coming. There's another level of service coming. If you're willing to just open yourself up to it, that the ideas I have, the gifts I have are not just for me, but they're for the entire planet. Everyone gets to go. You're going to see a full recall. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. A full recall of manifestation, meaning that the plans and the visions that you've had for success, it's all wrapped up in your service. All of it. If you can go back into your business plan, and I hear this right now, there are entrepreneurs watching right now who are saying, This was supposed to work. This business was supposed to work. It was supposed to be massive by now. Let me tell you what's missing. The heart of it all. The heart of it all is missing. You started to look at numbers and you started to say, as long as we can get the analytics right, as long as we can get the numbers right, then we'll actually find the success that we're looking for. But no, this is not a season where analytics is going to run the world. You want to know what's going to run the world? Love, the power of love, the manifestation of love in every area. When you can step up to the person that bruised you, step up to the person that hurt you and say, I forgive you fully, not because what you did was okay, but because I am at a place of full integrated maturity, full integrated coherence, and you get to go. Yes, you, my oppressor, you, my pain, the source of my frustration, the source of my aggravation, even you get to go. You get to go on the journey of acceptance, the journey of realization, the journey of integration. It's about time that we step out of the way and we start to create fields of acceptance for those who are hurting. Let me tell you, the people that hurt you, I promise you, they're hurting more than you right now. They're hurting because the things that they did, it came out of a being of hurt. It didn't come out of the clear. It came out of a being of hurt. What would happen? What would happen if you accepted that that moment came to reveal to you that you were called, you were chosen to be a vessel of deliverance for your oppressor? What would happen? I truly believe that even your oppressor could be healed. You've been on the healing journey for so long. What would happen if you created that journey for those who hurt you? Our entire existence would radically shift into greater manifestation. All the things that we've been calling forth in, this month of coherence, we would see waves of it. Teresa, there would be waves of it. So much so that literally we would see people who we've known our entire lives and they wouldn't look the same. Because our perspective changed, our hearts changed. They were transformed by the renewing of our mindsets. Service.
Service is how we overcome oppression. Living our purpose, giving our gifts is how we overcome oppression. It is. We get to say yes. So my question with this is if you are ready to show up, if you're ready to show up from this place, from this new way that's being called forward right now, I would like you in your own space to just say, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm ready to show up. Hallelujah. I'm ready to
Hallelujah.
give my gift. Hallelujah. I'm ready to let go of my ego. Hallelujah. I'm ready to let love flow. Hallelujah. I'm ready to allow the truest version of myself to come forward, because that is the way that I can give and serve this time on the planet fully from a place of coherence, is being congruent inside and outside. Who I am inside is how I express, and then I become trustable. I become a trustable emissary of love when who I am inside is expressed to the outside. And I think all of us, it could be great for us all to be even more trustable, like more trust right now, more trust in who we are, more trust when I see my brothers and my sisters around, like, oh yeah, what's inside is, if you're angry, like be angry. If you're sad, be sad. Like that's congruency. That's actually alignment. It's not about like the good feelings and the bad feelings. And I'm so grateful for this ministry that's pulsing through Tru, because I feel like that is the biggest test as individuals and as a collective right now, is overcoming oppression.
Yeah. And I hear this so fully, Jess. I hear this so fully. And I'm just going with what the Spirit is saying right now. The reason Heartistry is so necessary right now is because, like you said, Jess, it brings us into vulnerability. But here's what gets in the way of vulnerability, Rejection. It's the one thing we're all running away from. Rejection. So many of us are so tired of being rejected that we get afraid to be vulnerable. Oh, I'm not going to be received in my vulnerability. Boom, rejection. Boom, smacked with a wall. Boom, another year of delay. Boom, another lifetime of unrealized potential. Because of a fear of rejection, because it all boils down to that. Where there's love, fear is always going to try to get in the way. Fear that you won't be held in a safe place. Fear that you won't be accepted for your differences, your ideas, your individuality, your special spark. The fear that people, but let me tell you something. Here's what interrupts rejection. A realization that you are called to who you are called to. And I've shared this before, that as Heartists, every single time we step onto a platform like this, even right now as I'm sharing, I'm very aware that some people on the planet are not going to receive what I'm saying. They're not called to receive it. At least not from me, and I'm okay with that. And it's taken time for me to be okay with that, and I just want to share that as an encouragement. This is not an instantaneous journey. It's not an instantaneous process. The joy is about being in discovery of the truth that comes out of this process. Being in discovery that there are people on the planet who are designed, who were created solely to hear this message tonight, right now. And that for those people, there's a spiritual activation happening on the inside of them that is tailor-made for them in this experience. If you're watching tonight, if you're still on the line, if you're still in the Zoom, this moment was for you. You could be anywhere doing anything right now. But here you are in the place of love, being held in this container by this amazing queen, Jess Magic, who invited me into this container. That's really special. You know, Jess always shares how we met one another. And it was Coherence at its best. And she tells it way better than I actually think it's relevant, Jess, just to share how these pieces come together, because right now we're dealing with oppression on so many levels and on so many fronts. For many reasons, me as a black man, I could have seen you as a white woman and said, oh no, this is a place for rejection. Rejection has to live here. There's no way we could mesh with one another. We come from two different walks of life. When the truth is that we might as well be the same person in two different bodies. So you go ahead and you tell it, because I really believe that there's a breaking down of the fear paradigm in the hearts and minds of people right now, and we might as well just see that all the way through.
Thank you, love. I will tell this story, and it is one of my favorite stories because what it led to, this moment of overcoming the fear and letting love be the river, like
Yes.
led to such a exquisite journey with this man, with this brother, with Tru. Like, and what he said about us, what you said, Tru, about us being I mean, it's literally, I laugh about it all the time. I'm like, I know that we might look different here, but I feel like this is my mirror in the most real way.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful. I would never, ever, ever, ever trade that for anything. For comfort, I would not trade that for comfort. I would not trade that to be safe from rejection. So I'm cruising along. At this time, I had a little mohawk, a little blonde mohawk, and I'm cruising around Harlem. And my friend Jeff Scult and I were on our way to this restaurant called the Red Rooster. And we're walking around. I think it might have even been my first time in Harlem. And I see this group of brothers on the corner, and I'm like, Jeff, I know this is so weird, but like I feel like I want to sing this song with them, and I feel for some reason like these guys would be able to sing this song in multiple part gospel harmony. And he looks at me, he's like, and you know, it's whatever, 8 at night or something like that, and I'm like, I just feel it. And then there's every reasonable voice inside of me that's like, you're this little white chick skipping around. Like, you're really gonna go up to these guys? They're gonna think you're racist. They're gonna think, they're gonna, like, just hate you, whatever. Like, and I'm like, I have to go. I have to. Something is telling me, and the irony of it is that the hook that was in my head that I wanted to hear in harmony, which is the song that brought Tru and I together, goes, "Let the train roll in, let the train roll in. Step aside, let grace decide, let the train roll in." So the whole song is about getting out of the way, letting grace decide, right? And so I go up to these guys in the corner. I'm like, "Hey, my name is Jess. I know this is kind of weird, but, like, do any of you guys sing at all?" And they kind of look at me. They're like, what, they're like, "What's going on? What you got?" And I'm like, "Well," "I hear this song, this hook in my head. I feel like I need to hear it in, like, full harmony." And I know this is so weird, but I just wanted to see if any of you guys sing, if you'd be down to sing this song with me. And they look at me up and down, and then they go, and these are, like, funky guys, like, I mean, but they didn't have, like, any instruments around, any reason for me to, like, believe, logically, that they were musicians. And then so they go, "We got to get Tru over here." So they're like, "Yo, Tru, get over here." And, like, Tru comes walking over, and he's got the biggest white smile, like, shining down the street. And he comes up, and he's like, "Hey, sis, like, what you got?" And I'm like, I sing this to Tru and to these guys. So I sing it one time through. I kind of open my eyes, and then they all come in, like, 6-part gospel harmony, like you've never heard before. And I start weeping. I start weeping from my soul. I call them my truth tears, because I'm like, yes, this was spirit. This was spirit guiding me with a hand on my back, and, like, singing with these guys. And then we're taking turns, and I freestyle, and then we sing again, and Tru freestyles. And when Tru freestyles, I mean, like, you've all gotten to hear already little bits of that. It just leveled me to the floor. And the next day I had my very first soul salon. This was back in 2015. And I'm like, "Tru," I'm like, "what are you doing tomorrow night? Clear your plans. Like, I need you to come with me to the soul salon." And literally, Tru was my first guest Heartist at my first soul salon, and we just really haven't looked back since then. So yeah, there is
No reason to.
no reason to look back.
You know, you guys, this might be a really, really perfect time, and maybe one of the times to tell people about this new offering that you have, because I mean, you just spoke it. It was like this was kismet, right? This was the moment where
Yes.
Spirit said, "This needs to come together and happen." And the
Yes.
people who are called to listen are so need what you have to offer. And I'm going to put the link in the chat, but I want you to both say something about this offering. And if you're feeling inspired by these guys, you should click it and go do it, right? Go do it.
I'll share a little nugget first, and then I'd love to hear Tru ping in. But the name is root to rise, which is normally thought of in the yogic world of how to find the floor and our foundation, and then to find our pose and our alignment from that place. And when we were tuning into this offering, it just felt like the exact right name, because it's a journey really from that rooted place of safety, and we're calling it foundational freedom. Like, how are we not walking around the world just, like, kind of prancing freedom songs, but then in the root feeling actually unsafe to be here and to be who we are? So this journey is a journey of unlocking your heartistry and rising in your heartistry, opening your heart, opening your voice, opening your creative channels, surrendering to your service and your purpose, but starting with that rooted place and really anchoring in that feeling, and then growing and flowing from there. So it's going to be a ceremony. There's going to be ministry from this beautiful brother. There's going to be music and practices and exercises. But yeah, it's something that felt, when we were invited into this amazing offering, it felt like a real sincere offering from our hearts for those of you who are ready to show up in this way. And so I hand it over to you, Mr. Tru.
Yeah, what I love is that when you think about the beautiful gardens of the world and the beautiful forests of the world, and even as right now I'm really feeling the cries of those redwood trees in California. I'm thinking about how important it is to be rooted and grounded. Everything up here can burn away, but if the roots are healthy, it can sprout again in any container. So for me, Root to Rise is an opportunity to take those dreams, the sound, the heart of your voice and your creativity, and honestly to bring life again to the areas of your creativity that may have died off because maybe somewhere along the line someone told you that you didn't have a beautiful voice, or that your message didn't want to be heard, or they silenced you in a relationship, or they silenced you at a job or in an experience. And our goal really is to break off the bounds and the binds of oppression and ceremonially usher you into freedom by activating the truth that exists in each and every one of us and connecting us to the spirit which is leading and guiding us through this earth journey so that we can heal the land with our prayers.
Beautiful. I just heard too, I'm going to put this link in one more time. I just heard because I have a little birdie that's talking to me on my phone that's there in Bali. And one of the things he said is that this is limited to like 25 people because
Yes.
they're going for an intentional container of people that really want to go for it. So if you want to play with these guys, when does it start?
It starts in October.
Starts in October. What a perfect time.
Yep.
Right, what a perfect time. So I'm putting it in one more time and just know that there's an opportunity for 25 people. I might have to do that.
I think so.
I
It's worth it.
I'm gonna go sign up right now.
And let me say this about this. If you feel called to it, do it. It's time.
Yeah.
And don't for 1 minute think that you're not going to get that feeling that says, I don't know. I was going to do this container first, or maybe I'll go back and do this, or I'll catch it the second or third time. If you feel called to this container tonight, do not let the moment pass. Let me tell you something. This is intrinsic for Jess and I. So it's so full of abundance. It doesn't really cost us much to show up for you all in this way because it's who we be. And it's what we do, so we know for certain that the results are going to blow your minds because you are going to create your own results. We're here to steward you and to hold you and to nurture you into the freedom that you were born to live in. You were born to live this free. So why wait another day? You've waited long enough. And there's no age limit. There's no age limit. There's no economic limit. There's no societal limit. The only limit is you, if you choose to continue to be that limiter. So break the limits off and live in your truth. Why not? Why not?
Let the love and devotion be bigger than the fear and the limitation.
Yes.
It's time.
Yes.
It's such an
Yes.
honor, such a privilege, such a blessing to get to play. This is play for us. This is sacred play.
Sacred play. Sacred play. Devoted play.
Fully. So I see that we are starting to approach our time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, we have two more song offerings for you. And then I want to leave some space also for Teresa to close us out in a really good way. And perhaps Tru might have another little nugget. I just love you, Tru, so much. It's ridiculous.
Hey guys, I just want to say we put the time we always add a little extra time because there's just sometimes space that's needed, right? So this call is scheduled till 8:15 and I don't need more than 5 minutes to close up and guide everybody to our breakout group, which if you guys want to come on and check out that and talk to some people afterwards, but you have some time. So I know people are wanting to have some music and to be with you, so just take the space, okay?
I would like us all, including myself, to actually breathe into that. Breathe into taking up space.
Yeah.
I
Being
mean,
seen.
like, really, can we all, like, this is for us, all of us. Take a couple breaths into taking up space, and even let your body, let your body take up some space. Feel what it feels like. Be like, this is all of me and so much more. And I'm not afraid to take up my space. I will say yes
Yeah.
to this space,
Yeah.
this perfect creation that Tru brought forward. I had in this moment of like, when we don't bring ourselves fully forward, it's like kind of using an expletive to the divine. It's like using the F word. So, would you mind grabbing me? So this song feels appropriate. It's called This Is My Life, and there's a little bit of that sacred defiance in it. There's a little bit of that connecting in with that resistance. Like, this song wouldn't have even happened without there being the resistance to allow the float and invite the flow to go through. And this song came through since I've been here in Bali. And it came through really in connection to the feelings of oppression that I was feeling for our brothers and sisters all over the world. And I was like, no, I'm just like not down with that. I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not going to participate in that story. And so this is a song of sacred defiance, of uprising, of connecting, of rooting into the love that you are, the freedom that you are, the choice that you have, the choice that you made somewhere along the line to be here at this time. This is my life, and I'm gonna choose it. This is my time. I decide how to use it. Nobody can take my grace away. Again, nobody. Nobody can take my grace away. This is my love. This is my love. And I'm not gonna lose it. This is my freedom. I won't abuse it. Nobody can take my spirit away. Nobody can take my spirit away. So we're gonna invite you into this chant, Om Mani Padme Hum. And this chant is a chant for sovereignty, a chant for compassion. So we've been talking about that willingness to just rise up, to be who you are, to declare your safety. And this compassionate chant is a place to also invite in the compassion for all the times where you didn't. All the times where you gave away your power. All the times where you let the fear of rejection hold hold you back from your pure expression, your heartistry, your love. So Om Mani Padme Hum, and allow this to be a healing for yourself, an invitation for yourself to wrap yourself in both compassion and the deepest truth of who you are in your expression, so we can strengthen that muscle to come forward. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Keep going. Let yourself relax into this. Super simple. You get to harmonize with Jenna and Kita and Tru. Really, you're harmonizing with your own soul, with your own heart, voice, with your own choice. I'm gonna listen with every sound. I'm gonna learn how to be myself every step of the way and every single day. I will say thank you for everything that I am and all I've been through. I say thank you. Thank you for who I am and all I've been through. I've been growing just like a seed. In your love I have everything that I need. Oh, yes, I am growing just like a seed. The seed is my essence. I have all that I need. This is my life, and I'm gonna choose it. Are you gonna choose it? This is my time, our time and our attention. I decide how to use it. Nobody can take my grace away. My grace away. Nobody. Be defiant. Nobody can take my grace away. This is my love. This is my love, and I'm not gonna lose it. And I'm not gonna lose it. This is my freedom. This is my freedom. I won't abuse it. And I won't abuse it. Nobody can take my spirit away. My spirit away. Nobody. Nobody can take my spirit away. So I'm gonna invite you to put in the chat anything that you're like, this is my truth. This is my love. So I know that nobody can take it away. I can give it away, but I won't. So please put that in the chat and we will sing that all together, so that that which you are claiming can be around reclamation for each one of us. Nobody can take my knowing away, the knowing of connection and connectedness. Nobody can take my knowing away, my knowing away. Let's also do connection. Nobody can take my connection away, my connection away. Nobody can take my dignity away. That's a good one. Nobody can take freedom, my freedom away. Nobody can take my love away. Ooh, my soul song? Yes. Nobody can take my soul song away. That was fun. We got nobody can take wholeness, my wholeness away. Oh, we feel you, Tru.
Nobody can take.
What would you like to have declared that you do not want to have taken away, that cannot be taken away, that is yours?
Well, one of the things I notice is most important every day, just when I start to get lost a little bit, it just all comes back down to my presence.
Yeah.
Presence. Yes, true.
Nobody can take my presence away.
Yes.
Nobody can take
Yes, true.
your presence away.
It's not even possible. It's not. Jenna, Mama, I would love to hear from you so that we can amplify your declaration, your reclamation of what you know. What is that thing that's so true inside of you that it forms that pillar from your root to the rising? My tears. Yes, my tears. So good. They water the earth. Nobody can take my tears away. My tears away. Nobody can take my darkness away. And my light now. Nobody can take my light away. Close out with a couple rounds of spirit. Nobody can take, oh, nobody, my spirit away. Nobody can take my spirit away. One last time, all together. Nobody can take my spirit away. The material realms are not the things that we own. All of this, all of these gifts around us, all these gifts that come from our mother, from this planet, we're borrowing. We're just passing through. We get to take the best care of it as possible. But the things that we own are so much deeper. And we are the only ones that can actually give those away. So may this moment be a reclamation of that which is inherently yours. That which is yours, ours. Thank you.
Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Oh, remember it. No one can take your power away. You are excellently made. No one can take your power away. You are excellently made. La 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 la. La 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 la. You're excellently made. Excellently made. No one can take your power away. You're excellently made. Excellently made. Shadows align, giving you time to sharpen the light of your mind. You're excellently made. Excellently made.
Don't you ever forget it. You are
Just-
excellently made.
I just started getting this image of all of us, like, coming out of our skin from the back of our soul, our heart.
Yeah.
Like these tags that said, like, made by the divine, excellent, with excellence. These little tags like you'd find in the back of your shirt, but like coming all the way from that spot. Made in heaven.
Made in heaven. Made in heaven.
Made from love.
Made from love.
Made with so much care.
Made with so much care.
Yes,
Made to discover truth. Truth residing deep inside of
know
you. Oh, inside of you.
made to know love intimately.
Made to know love
Made to know grace.
intimately. Made to see
this really was made to sing.
Made to sing la 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 la.
Unique larynx or unique voice box as a way that we can be in communication with the divine, with life, through ourselves and as ourselves uniquely. So unique, this design. So perfect. But we might as well learn to use it fully. Let's take another breath from that, the source that is from this planet, the source of the ground, the source of the earth, the source of the trees. And let it go. And then take a second breath that is from the source of the center of the center of the center of your heart. Breathe all the way in. And all the way out. And notice any ways that you feel different now than how you did in the beginning. Maybe in terms of the connection to both of those source points. Just notice. We have one more song that we want to sing you. And this is a tribute to someone who I see as a supreme example of a Heartist who has made it through the dimensions of the music industry and somehow maintained this connection to source, deep connection to source. And she, to me, is an epitome of a public-facing artist. She's hosted the Grammys. She has brought through she brought through this song called Kill Your Mother that I imagine was her producers were probably not the most excited about all around honoring this. I just know, I'm like, I can feel those producers in those conversations. I don't think that they were smooth, but she was like fierce about this message and who she was as a messenger. And there is the message and the messenger. They're both relevant. And yet she got out of her way of whatever resistance that was to, as the messenger to deliver the message. And this song that we're going to sing is called Holy War. And it's a powerful transmission and an invitation into love and to have that sacred defiance around hatred, that sacred defiance around separation, so that we can reunite in the celebration of love and connection and who we are. It's just actually what's naturally wanting to come through us. And I know this audience.
You all are beaming us with so much love right now that it's literally breaking the airwaves. The frequency is so high, we literally just tore through a veil, a dimensional veil.
If war is holy and sex is obscene, we've got it twisted in this lucid dream. Baptized outside boundaries, schooled in sin, divided by different sexuality and skin. Oh, we could hate each other, fear each other. We can build these walls between each other, baby, blow by blow, brick by brick. Keep yourself locked in, yourself locked in. We could hate each other, fear each other. We can build these walls between each other, baby, blow by blow, brick by brick. Keep yourself locked in, yourself locked. Maybe we should love somebody. Maybe we could care a little more. Maybe we should love somebody. Polishing the bonds of holy war.
And what if sex was holy and war was obscene and it wasn't twisted? What a wonderful dream. Living for love, unafraid of the end. Forgiveness is the only real revenge. Forgiveness is the only real revenge.
Oh, we could heal each other, feel each other. We can break these walls between each other, baby, blow by blow, brick by brick. Keep yourself open, yourself open. We could heal each other, feel each other. We can build these walls between each other, baby, blow by blow, brick by brick. Keep yourself open, open. Maybe we should love somebody. Maybe we could care a little more. Maybe we should love somebody instead of polishing the bounds of holy war. What if love was holy and hate is obscene? And we should give life to this beautiful dream. This peace and love ain't so far. If we nurse our wounds before they scar, we can nurse our wounds before they scar. Oh, we could heal each other, feel each other. We can break these walls between each other, baby, blow by blow, brick by brick. Keep your heart open, your heart open. We could heal each other, feel each other. We can break these walls between each other, baby, blow by blow, brick by brick. Keep your heart open, open. Maybe we should love somebody. Maybe we could care a little more. Maybe we should love somebody instead of polishing the bounds of holy war. You singing yet? Maybe we should love somebody. Sacred defiance. Maybe we could care a little more. Maybe we should love somebody
Oh, maybe we should love.
Maybe we could care a little more.
Maybe we could love.
To love somebody.
Instead of polishing the bombs of holy war.
Maybe we should love somebody.
Maybe we should love somebody. Maybe we could care a little more. Oh, maybe we should love somebody. Oh, instead of polishing the bombs of holy war. Yeah, yeah.
Such a deep, deep privilege and honor to get to weave together in this way, to weave with you all, to literally be a part of a open feedback loop with you, so that we can be both the giving and the receiving all at the very same time. I'm going to hand it back over to Mama T. I know that the links have been provided if you want to stay in touch with Tru and I, with Jenna and Kita, if you're interested in exploring more deeply with Root to Rise and just going deeper into that journey with us, we would be so honored. Deeper into the journey of rising as Heartists, deeper into the journey of that archetype. And I want to give such a profound and sincere thanks to Mr. Kita, I like to call him Kitaram, for your ministry, your magic, your medicine.
We love you,
So-
Kita. We love you so, so much.
Yes, it's true.
Love
Can we
you,
give
brother.
A little beam. Kita, Pakita, they call him in Bali. Pakita. Just
Pakita.
beaming this brother with appreciation, gratitude, celebration for his heartistry.
Such a beautiful man. Such a beautiful man.
We love you,
gentle.
Kita.
Love you, Tru. Love you, Teresa. Love you all. Love all of us as we collectively come in this coherent state of remembering that love inside and how much it overflows when we allow it to.
And then sending a little beam of love to Ms. Jenna Lee Prince and her amazing, the way she just shows up with so much light and beauty.
Such a
and
goddess.
grace and contribution. Thank you so much, beaming her.
We love you, Jenna, so much.
We love you, Jenna.
Oh, so beautiful, so beautiful.
It's truly a gift to learn from this woman.
Yeah.
She truly is a guide for heartistry. 100%. So thank you for guiding me.
Such an honor.
The birds started to sing.
And I need this one right here. I need to thank this heartist right here, because heartistry is not just singing and sharing and expressing. Heartistry is all forms of our expression from devotion. And this man who's filming me right now, this is our one-man production team, Mr. Pete Longworth. Can we just blast him as the heartist that he is? Visual storyteller extraordinaire. You are so loved, Pete Longworth.
We love you, Pete.
We love you, Pete.
So much, Pete. Big, big.
Happy feet, Pete.
We love you, Pete.
Happy feet.
You're the best.
And then one more big beam to Mr. Tru Osborne. You move me beyond Tru every single time. You just have this way that goes so beyond words. anything I could say, and I know that we all feel it so deeply, the profound connection to the source that flows through you and the devotion you have to that source and the full allowance and the full permission. You just bless your life, beam you so fully. It's such a powerful honor to get to co-create with you. Tru is turning 30 years old.
Woo!
He's our
I'm Tru
father of
Osborne, and
two.
this is my beautiful queen, Belle Ray Osborne.
Hey guys.
And
Someone
this is
just
the
opened our
family.
website.
Somebody just working. The links are working.
I was like, how is he
He recognized that
ventriloquisting right now and introducing Belle Ray? This is amazing.
When's your birthday?
September 15th.
Okay, coming up.
He's turning 30 and I turned 40 on September 18th. So we're like decade birthday babies.
Wow.
Yeah. So Mama T, I want to give it back to you and thank you again. You are the queen of coherence in every way. And thank you for your complete devotion to the way that we're all gathering right here. None of us would be here without all the love that has blown through any resistance that's come your way. And I know there has been some. And yet the love and the devotion and the purity of that flow cannot be tamed inside of you. So thank you for your fierce love and your fierce devotion and your just complete commitment to this high level of service. It is so profound and we honor you so fully.
Thank you so much, Mama. I receive it fully, and it's such an honor to be able to create a space in my being to invite in all of these Heartists to share their love with the community that I don't know every single soul of, but I know them in my heart and I love them so much that every time we do a session, it's like my gift to say how much I love. And it's a gift to my friends that are Heartists that have so much to share. And it's a gift to the people who are watching who are saying, yes, I'm committed to being a coherent presence on the planet. And Mama, I just want to say, I mean, of all of the women that I know in my life, there's just something magic about you. And I feel like that magic is just starting to surface with the potency that it came to the planet to be. It's like it's been there, it's been serving, and now it's ready to soar. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for letting it happen with the fullness that you are choosing to let it soar. I love you.
I love you so much. So much. Oh, it's real.
All right, so I'm going on gallery view because I just want them to we're all just going to beam them all this love. And in the chat, there's an integration group. So if you want to come and hang out a little bit and just share your love, please do that. So we just have a little time to take this in and settle. And Tru, my man, I just want you more and more in my life. Like you've just been just touching and dancing just a little bit. And I want you in my life big time, big time.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah. So let's keep playing. Let's keep dancing. Let's keep singing. And all right, Betsy's got it going. We're going to make our hands all just so beautiful. And let's just send this wave of love to each other, right? And so you're taking it in and you're sending it out all at the same time. And have it be the most juicy and the most exquisite love that you can spread right now. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Send it and take it in. I like that, Tru. One hand on the heart, taking it in, the other hand beaming it out. Yeah. So much love. know, whatever you're going through, in any moment, you can always tap into this field. It's always here. It's always here. And in the moments that you need it, all you have to do is just tune in. Love you all. I hope you'll come and join us in the integration lounge. And Tru, any last words from you?
Let us be careful to not allow this moment to be just a moment. Let us be careful to start to look for the guideposts that will affirm the truth that was received tonight. Be the beacon, because the light is already shining. So just shine for all to see. Don't let anything get in your way. Even if it's just a flicker, that flicker is going to light the way for somebody who really, really needs it. And that somebody may be you tonight. So be gentle. Be gentle with yourself and gentle with others. The message for me is always love.
Yeah. Yeah. That was me tonight. You guys nourished my soul in such a deep way.
Ow!
That was me tonight. I got it. I took it all in. All right. And Jess, one last words from you. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's like stay in connection, stay in connection. This is a community. Like, you can find us in social media and in the realms and through these links. Like, let this moment be, as Tru is saying, not just a moment, but real. And the way that we, in Burning Man is the one place where Tru and I will do a lot of our offerings. We do a gospel brunch there. It's so fun. This year there's no Burning Man, but people ask us, how do we take this feeling off the playa? And it's the answer that always comes with me is through our relationships. It's like through our relationships that we get to nurture and sustain and cultivate this feeling. So stay in connection with each other, with us. And yeah, it just felt like I really wanted to share that. Stay in connection with Mama Tia. She's like the master at nurturing community. And yeah, just really, really, let's keep going deeper. Let's keep revealing so that we can have more true intimacy with each other, so that we really can walk each other home into the oneness that we are.
Yeah.
And if there's a container where you think heartistry is needed, if there's a community where you feel heartistry is lacking, then please reach out to us. We'd love to facilitate your container. We'd love to support your container with the love that we have. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Teresa, I just pray that you would just receive an abundance of rest. And I pray that the overflow that you continuously share with the world will just reflect back to you tonight specifically, that you'll literally dream in waves of love. Yeah, you deserve it. At some point, the ministers deserve to be ministered to. And I'm so grateful that tonight you got ministry.
Yeah.
Bless you so deeply. Bless you.
We love you. Thank you.
And our closing prayer. May his peace be with you till we meet again. May all peace be with you until we meet again.
And so it is. It always
Let it be.
All right, see you all in the breakouts. I hope you'll come. Betsy's going to lead that for us. Love you all. Have a great